Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us again on the Dynamic Life Show. It's dynamic because you're here. It's dynamic because you have purpose in your heart. It's dynamic because you want to show up full-time, 24/7, 365, just for yourself. It starts with you. Living a dynamic life starts with you. And placing those desires. We talked about goals last week, so get ready. Get your pen and paper out. We got a dynamic show for you today. We're going to be talking to you today about home improvement, home restoration. What's those projects you've been working on and you pick it up and you put it back down and you pick it up and then it goes into the extra pile. I want you to begin to get your pencil and your paper because I got some jewels that's going to be dropping for you from my next guest, and they're here ready to give you the 411 on what you need to do to get your home development, your home improvement, your home restoration projects as a priority. And so it's all about living a dynamic life. When we come back, we're going to be talking just about that. You got your pen? You got your paper? And tell me what you got cooking up over there. I know it's almost 6 o'clock. It's dinner time in our part of the world on the East Coast. I want to hear in the chat what you got good stirring up over there. We'll be back in a moment for Rhonda Michelle and the Dynamic Life Show.
What's good? It's your boy Squirrel Wide. Hey, you know where I'm going to be September 10th? I'm going to be right here at Clifton Park for the Riff on the Cliff Fest, brought to you by Fat Brand and Iconic. It's going to be crazy. It's all featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Rough Ends. Who else going to be there? Scola, IZM 400, Brett Sears, Miami Mills, BRM Stunton, Lil Ty. A little bit of everybody's going to be there. Big festival, 2 stages. You don't want to miss it. You need any information on it, all you got to do is go riffonthecliffest.org. See you there, Big Mouth.
Fat Brand presents the first annual Riff on the Cliff Music and Arts Festival featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Scola De Niro of Blue Hill, J Grams, Ruffin, and many, many more. All happening Saturday, September 10th at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's all happening at Clifton Park, 2801 Harford Road. Get your tickets today at riffonthecliffest.org. Sponsored in part by Iconic Entertainment and the Funds Unlimited Group.
Hello, and welcome back to the Dynamic Life Show with the Rhonda Michelle. My special guest today, I'm delighted to welcome Miss Stephanie Poppler of Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions. Come on, y'all, give her a round of applause just for showing up in this virtual space. I know she got some treats, some great information for you. Look, before you kick that house to the curb and say, I'm not fooling with this house, before you say, oh, I'm giving up, it's not quite a jewel, I want you to know that there are ways to turn that jewel into a crown jewel. That house that you've been saying, oh, it's no hope for this or that. You know, before you say, I'm gonna turn it all over and just toss it. Look, I want you to know that there's things that you can do to make an improvement upon their home. Welcome, Stephanie.
Well, thank you for having me.
Happy to have you here.
Yes, I'm delighted to be here with you.
Thank you. Stephanie, you're in the business space for 20 plus years, and I know that because we met 20 plus years ago.
Yes.
And so I know that you have grown, your business has grown, and you have taken on new directions. And Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions is all about home improvement, home development, Can you tell us a little bit about
Yes, that's an excellent question. One of the things I want to say was Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions. We have like different divisions. So under the Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions, we have the business development, also the real estate development, and then falling under the real estate development is the home improvement.
Awesome.
So the home improvement business is called Poppler Home Improvement Services. So it's a division of Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions, which is an MBE firm.
Oh, gotcha. I'm so excited for you. I know it's all about gaining new territory and exercising your faith over that new turf. So I'm so excited for you because I know as you put your hand out there and begin to let this business take shape, others are going to benefit.
Yes.
Others going to find out what they need to find out to improve that home. Before they give up on that home, they can say, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to embellish this and improve that.
Yes.
Where can they start if they have that type of project in mind?
Well, that's an excellent question that you asked, Rhonda. If I can share this with you, I've been blessed to have an awesome project manager. Her name is Sonny Tubman, and Sonny Tubman has been a realtor for well over 15 years, but also she's been in that space of home improvement. So we are all women, minority owned, who are out in this space, which oftentimes when you think about home improvement, you think men. And so, of course, God has blessed us to be able to be in this space. We've got now licensed through MHIC, Maryland Home Improvement Commission. So Maryland Home Improvement Commission recognizes Poppler Home Improvement Services, a division of Stephanie Poppler Business Solution. I would say that if you're considering to improve that home, one of the things is to just take a moment and think, do an assessment, walk around and see if you had the opportunity to improve it and money was no object. What would you like to see? Would you like to see a different color of paint on the walls? Would you like to see an addition? Would you like to see a new bathroom? Would you like to, that's the interior of your home, but would it perhaps maybe the exterior, the deck? And so one of the things we find out is what is important to you. And then when you talk about the, I'm gonna say the expansion, or not so much the expansion of your home, but I would say to build equity. We know that addition to the house, doing addition to your basement, like maybe you have an unfinished basement, but you have always had a dream to make it a man cave or a woman cave or what. So it's a lot of little things that we can do to improve the home. So we would need to find out what is important to you. It may be that you know what, I've had this house, this particular room was never finished, and I want to get it finished. I want it to be my, you know, my studio. I want it to be my office. So we would find out what is dear to you, and then we would have our team to come do an assessment, do a walkthrough, and be able to give this consult. What you will know, you will be educated in the process what that looks like. And so not only will we educate you about what that looks like, but we will also give you some creative ways or strategies in which how you can afford it, affordability. Today we had gotten a call, a young gentleman, he wants to be able to pull out equity out of his home. He thought that maybe I just can't afford. So who's to say that you can't afford? Sometimes you have value in your home. Now there are others who may not, let's say they may not have value but they see the value that this house is, this is a wealth creation tool. So there are others who may not have equity in their home, but they have access to a 401k or a 403b, or perhaps they're able to get a loan. So besides refinance, it's so many ways to be able to improve on your home. And if I could say this, that there are also a variety of projects, or I would say programs out here for the elderly. And so we would just be able to do an assessment of how you would be able to have that affordability to be able to do those improvements to your home.
Awesome. I like what you said. You said partnership, make that assessment, have that consultation, because like you said, some things you just don't know until you ask somebody. And so I'm excited about the fact that right now, the home that I have that I'm getting ready to put on the market, sometimes I need to just walk through to get that assessment done. But I'm looking from my standpoint. I need that professional like yourself. And like you said, that partnership, that partner that will come in and they will find things that I would never even consider.
Yes, that is correct. Today we were blessed that we just completed a project in Parkville, Maryland. We were able to we were able to build a nice deck, and we were able to save that homeowner resources. And what's ironic is I sold the homeowner that house 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
And so not only were we able to help her to obtain it, but it's ironic and it's a blessing that 10 years later we were able to help her to maintain it and sustain it. So she had that need to have an improvement on the exterior, the deck, and now we'll be working on the fence. And then we also do total rehab. So our team is pretty versatile. They're pretty knowledgeable. They're carpenters, roofers, you name it, electricians, everyone that you would need to help strengthen the foundation of the house and to build it and to fix it and prepare it for renovations, for you to receive the equity or to improve, see major improvements.
Building upon it, adding value. And I love that. And so now, is this for residential as well as commercial?
That's an excellent question that you asked for. Primarily, it is residential. However, we have partnerships. I'm actually working on the builder's license.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm working. If I could share this with you. Yes, my family, we have a piece of land. We call it air property. And so it's my vision to be able to build on this house. It's in another state. So, of course, in another state, I will have to focus on the jurisdiction there. However, I'm working on my builder's license for the state of Maryland and South Carolina.
Fantastic. So coming back, look, you got your pencil. Did you get all that down? I don't want you to miss a thing. So when we come back, we're going to ask some more questions of our guest, Stephanie Poppler from Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions and Poppler Home Improvement. Stay with us now. Go ahead and turn that burner down a little bit so that stuff you making can simmer. So it won't burn while you're getting all this juicy good news over here. But we're coming right back shortly. Stay tuned.
What's good? It's your boy Squirrel Wide. Hey, you know where I'm going to be September 10th? I'm going to be right here at Clifton Park for the Riff on the Cliff Fest, brought to you by Fat Brand and Iconic. It's going to be crazy. It's all featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Rough Ends. Who else going to be there? Scola, IZM 400, Brett Sears, Miami Mills, BRM Stunton, Lil Ty. A little bit of everybody's going to be there. Big festival, 2 stages. You don't want to miss it. You need any information on it, all you got to do is go riffonthecliffest.org. See you there, Big Mouth.
Fat Brand presents the first annual Riff on the Cliff Music and Arts Festival, featuring Dream Doll, Young Moose, Scola Dinero of Blue Hill, J Grams, Ruffin, and many, many more. All happening Saturday, September 10th at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's all happening at Clifton Park, 2801 Harford Road. Get your tickets today at riffonthecliffest.org. Sponsored in part by Iconic Entertainment and the Funds Unlimited Group.
Hey, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. Are you all tuned in? Did you call that person that's been having those projects on the back burner for years and haven't done a thing about it? Listen, let them know that they need to tune into today's show, because we have the connection for them to get the hookup so that they can continue to build upon the dream. They may have purchased it 20 years ago, 30 years ago, even 15, or like she said, 10 years ago. But Stephanie Poppler is our connection to that home improvement world, and we don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. So I want to know, Miss Stephanie, of Poppler Home Improvement, you're talking and you're letting people know what they can do about this jewel and this gem that they have, this property. But are there particular criteria that need to be met? Because is it just for lottie-dottie and everybody? Is a particular criteria that needs to be met? Any credentials that need to be met before they reach out to you? What can they do to prepare that?
That's excellent. One of the things I realize is that we are grateful that we have, I would say, laws and legislation to help protect the consumers. And so one of the things, one who wants to build upon his house, or let's say that investor, maybe perhaps you're a real estate investor and you have some projects, you want to make sure that that person is licensed. Now, subcontractors don't have to be licensed, but they should be working under a contractor. And Poppler Home Improvement Services is a contractor, licensed contractor with MHIC. One of the things I had to do recently is to get a credential called Certified Renovator.
Okay.
For homes that were built before 1978. If we're going to do full rehab, what is called 203Ks for some who may purchase a home, but there's repairs need to be done. Then EPA and HUD require, mainly EPA require that you have a certified renovator, understand that there needs to be a visual test, there needs to be an assessment, there needs to be that renovator being able to confirm that if there's lead, that there be removal of lead. Mainly it's for the renovation. So even if it's the window sill, or even if it's I would say the doorknob, if you see chipping, painting, it's like you want to be alarmed, because that it could lead. Who wants lead in their body? You know, so it's so many effects of lead. You know, we've heard of lead poisoning. So now I have that credentials as a certified renovator, have that for 5 years. That's how long the credential is. There are other credentials that I'm working on, but that one is mainly, you know, needed if you're going to be in that space of remodeling houses.
Yes, and I understand, I think I read this a few years ago, that with that 203 that you mentioned through HUD, sometimes there's funding that HUD provides if you start out with that particular property and it needs some repairs done. You kind of touched on that.
Yes, and so I can touch upon it briefly, being that I also a licensed real estate agent. So yes, HUD, you most definitely, if they're dealing with HUD money, they most definitely need to know that you have educated the consumer about lead, the effects of lead, and also lead removal, because there needs to be checks and balances that look, this particular house, that we need to know that is lead free. Free. So being that it's going to be lead free, I may have to network with the visual inspector. HUD has checks and balances that even though I would be able to get licensed in another, I would say, space for lead, that they would want you to bring in another professional, so that third party, to make sure checks and balances for this house, this HUD home house that you may purchase.
Yes. Well, I understand there's some people out there who may not have caught the whole show. They're going to hit the replay and they're going to come back. But those who have been listening from the start, we're interviewing Miss Stephanie Poppler. And Stephanie, I want you to let them know how they can get in touch with you, because I know they have questions beyond this segment.
Yes.
How can they get in touch with you to get some questions answered and to just get some background of the information that you're sharing here today?
Contact number, I'll give two numbers, 443-857 1549, 443-857-1549, or our second number, primary number, I want you to call Sonny on 410-992-2661. 410-992-2661. We can do a walkthrough. We can do a consultation. Like I said, the team is ready. We will write out a plan, a scope of work, and tell you what we can do, you know, and what that look like. And it's all about affordability, and it's also about our availability. We're going to be available. We're going to see it through. We're not a fly-by-night entity or company. We're going to get it done. We're here to work with you and for you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. When we come back, we're going to talk to our listeners about just how Stephanie Poppler lives her dynamic life and how she's going to encourage our listeners to do the same. Is anybody ready for that? Look, we just got, don't we look refreshed? Hello, we just came back from the Bahamas, from a retreat for women business owners. Stephanie and I, like I said, we go way back 20 years, but it had been a long time before we was able to connect on that level. And so, since we all are refreshed, we're going to let you know how to live that dynamic life. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned and begin to write your questions down. You can put them in the chat, or you can just, like she said, give her a call at the numbers that she provided. All right.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
Hey, welcome back. Listen, if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Miss Stephanie Poppler of Stephanie Poppler Business Solutions and Poppler Home Improvement. Listen, maybe you're not quite a homeowner yet. You've been thinking about it, and you think, maybe, this house is old and, it has a few renovations, but you can picture that gem making it your own just by adding a little bit here and a little bit there. Stephanie Poppler of Poppler Home Improvement is the one you want to talk to get those things done, to turn your jewel into a crown jewel. And so she's going to talk to you about the fact that she's been living this dynamic life. And what have you been doing to do just that, Stephanie?
Well, one of the things that I've been doing is, I would say, taking that time for that self-care. As a mother, right? As a daughter, I have a 10-year-old son. I have an 87-year-old mother. So trying to meet their needs, it's a blessing, but also it requires sometimes that time for just me, myself, and I, yes. God. And so I've had the opportunity to go and accompany you, Mr. Rhonda McDuffie, on an awesome, I'm going to say trip, I want to say excursion, a retreat, a tenacious. On Tuesdays, I call Tuesdays Tenacious Tuesday.
There you go.
This is ordained. This is meant for us to be here. So I've been living my best and blessed life, look on a shoestring budget, right? Doing some traveling and investing in myself. Yes. And that's what we did. We went and we were empowered.
Yes.
And wait a minute, listeners, I got to tell you this. Deronda saved my life. I did something that I can't believe I did. I launched and stepped into the deep. And she grabbed me, and I am so grateful, and that's why I'm here today. Thank you, Deronda.
We give God all the glory for that, because I was like, did she say grab her hand because she's slipping? I was like, oh no, hey, come on back in, girl, come on back in. So that's supposed to be here today.
Yes.
Look, this is us telling that story.
Oh, yes.
And so can you let the listeners know what they can do to live that dynamic life?
Well, one of the things I would say that you can live your dynamic life, first of all, trust God. Believe that there's a God. And then also ask God to give you insight, give you knowledge, give you wisdom. You may say insight, yes. You know what? In a society where we're living, it's so much calamity, so much chaos all around us. So we need to say, God, sharpen my discernment. Help me to be able to see what others are not showing us. Help us to hear what others are not telling us. So if we can have that spirit of discernment, we can see I better not go down that road, or I better make this call. This is a divine connection. So we want to be in tune. And so being in tune is going to require God giving us insight, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and also understanding that If you've messed up, get back up.
Yes.
Life is still beautiful. And I say that, and I come from a place that I've been married. Oh, Lord, that's another long story. So, but look, God gets the glory. But if you've been in a situation that has tried to beat you down and you feel broke, busted, disgusted, I want to tell you, get back up.
Yes.
You can live again. The bruises and the bangs can't stop the blessings of God for your
That's
life.
right.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, you can be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You want to be a singer, you can be a singer. If you want to be a poet, you can be a poet. If you want to be an actress, you can be an actress.
Yes.
The key is don't take any of your gifts to the grave.
Yes.
Right? Use your gifts while you're here on earth and stop
Absolutely.
making excuses.
Oh,
You know what?
yes.
Excuse after excuse. I'm telling you, life will beat you down. I'm telling you, if Deronda had any idea of the things that I had to go through to get before I could fly to the Bahamas, then when I got back, I had to deal with adversity. But I want you to know that when you are facing adversity and opposition, I want you to face it. I want you to embrace it. I want you to accept it, receive it. Get rid of the fear. I just spelled the word fear, right? And I want you to fly over the opposition and adversity and land in opportunities.
Yes.
It's opportunities for you to grow. It's opportunities for you to be filled with joy.
Yes.
Don't worry about those who don't like you, don't understand you, misuse you, misjudge you.
Come on.
God, you are God's child.
Yes.
So let's minimize the stress.
Yes.
Because look, if we're going to have that beautiful life, that dynamic life, we have to stop taking on the stress.
Yes.
We got to stop talking about the stress. We got to stop walking in stress. We got to start walking in the blessings of God.
Yes.
I am blessed. God said I am loved.
Speak
I am
it.
beautiful.
Yes.
And I am wonderfully made.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? My pocketbook may not look like what I
Well,
want it to look like or have inside my wallet, but I'm still blessed. I lay hands on it.
Come on.
Prosperity is still mine. And so when you have that dynamic life, you take what you have and you multiply it, and you
Yes.
thank God for it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'm telling you, look, if you just tune into the Dynamic Life Show, it's all about not just living, but thriving. Thriving, manage your own life. Your life is a gift.
Wow.
It's the present given you to you today. And so with that, we're going to end this week's Dynamic Life Show. Who's gonna go after that dynamic life? Ain't no stopping us now. Don't make me whip out my singing skills, okay? Don't let nothing stop you or tear you down. Tune in next week. We have more good news, community resources, and opportunities and connections for you. It's all about helping you live that dynamic life. God bless you. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.